Today's reading is taken from Mark 4, from verse 30 to 34. And this is the parable of the mustard seed. Now, this isn't the mustard seed you might be thinking about, or the context that you might be thinking about. Because even me, I thought I was going to be talking about faith. But in this parable, Jesus compares the mustard seed to the kingdom of God. And he talks about how the mustard seed is the smallest seed on all the earth. But when planted, it grows to one of the largest garden plants, which branches are so big that birds can perch in its shade. Now, Jesus talked about in parables a lot, and I kind of like that. I like the storytelling and the way Jesus uses story to communicate his message. Because I'm someone who loves films and loves stories and loves novels and sees the value in that. But here's it's a bit weird, if I'm being honest, to compare the kingdom of God to a mustard seed. When you think about the kingdom of God and what it is, and what it might be in your life and the life of those around you, it is something small. It is something not massive, but has such a big impact. I think about my life and I think about how something small like believing in God and believing in Jesus and loving Jesus has literally changed how I interact with people, the life I live, the career I have, what I study, what I believe in, my morals, my destiny, my purpose, how I speak to people. It changes everything. And in that, and in the way I am, I can say that I have grown to be able to provide shade to people, to provide shelter, to provide peace, to provide something of worth to people. Not for any work of my own, of course, but Jesus being glorified and Jesus reigning supreme in my life, being part of God's kingdom. And when we look at our church, Mill Hill, and it's why I love the church so much, because it is part of God's kingdom. And in that, we reach all of these different people in different walks of life that can come to the church and feel like they can branch in the shade, they can receive some sort of peace or shelter from the woes of the world. So when you think about, Jesus again got it, spot on. When you think about the kingdom of God, it kind of is like a mustard seed, you know? This small thing, well, not small, but this good news, this gospel, this Bible, this God, this Jesus, this story is a seed that has exploded and is one of the largest things in the world and is a way of life and is a lifestyle that has transformed so many people's lives directly or even indirectly. And I think the indirectly is the beautiful thing in this parable because it says that in verse 32, it says, yet when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants with such big branches that birds can perch in its shade. And I feel like that's what resonates with me the most. The fact that it's so big, it has such an impact that it allows for other creatures, other animals, other things, other people, other friends, other family to find shade, to find somewhere to rest. And I feel like that's the beauty of the God that we serve. In our small things, in our small acts, in our small, you know, acts of service, in our small words and prayers and all of these things, He's able to branch out and help so many people, whether they know it or not. And I think, yeah, that's my reflection for today. God bless.